of Medicine, 140 years promoting quality public education. History. The University of Antioquia School of Medicine is a public institution of higher education, founded in 1871 when medical practice in Medellin was still empirical. At the time, 17 students were accepted in the departments of anatomy, physics, physiology, and pathology. Later on, experiences brought by the doctors who studied in Paris revolutionized the environment and created a new awareness. The curriculum was planned, the hospital structure was designed, surgeries were performed with antiseptic methods, and the scientific body was created in the College of Medicine. Now known as the School of Medicine of the University of Antioquia, the San Juan de Dios Hospital, and the Academy of Medicine of Medellin. Years later, in the 40s, the surgery instrumentation program appeared, initiated by several surgeons who were trained abroad, thus facilitating processes and decreasing the duration of surgeries. In 1963, the undergraduate program began in the form of technical training at the University of Antioquia, and in 1994, the program was amended to give it a professional status. For over 100 years, the University of Antioquia School of Medicine was the only medical college in the city. It was the forerunner of the schools of public health and nursing, as well as the schools of microbiology and bioanalysis, nutrition and dietetics. Important and highly influential leaders of academic, scientific, social, and political development have emerged from these halls. In 140 years of existence, the institution has graduated over 7,000 physicians and over 650 surgical instrument assistants that are at the service of the department and the nation, thus repaying the state's social and financial investment. Agreements and internship centers. There are currently agreements with over 120 institutions at a regional and national level, as well as many international agreements. Similarly, extension programs are wide-ranging in community outreach programs through cooperation with governmental and non-governmental organizations. Consequently, since 2008, the university acquired the León 13 Clinic as a space for its own practices, where students and teachers engage in teaching, research, and extension activities. Teaching. Currently, the school has a staff of 410 highly qualified teachers, 65 with doctorate degrees and 306 with master's degrees, medical, clinical, or surgical specialties, and 2,500 students enrolled in various undergraduate and graduate programs. Medicine, undergraduate program. Because of its innovative curriculum based on the principles of comprehensive training, flexibility, interdisciplinarity, and relevance, designed according to the human life cycle and centered on the student as an active agent in learning, in 2011, the Ibero-American Network for Higher Education Accreditation awarded this school an international accreditation for 8 years, a fact that makes it the first program of medicine in the country to receive a certification of such magnitude. Facilitating teachers' and students' mobility and cooperative work with universities around the world. Another advantage is the 8-year high-quality national reaccreditation, granted by the Ministry of Education and the National Council of Accreditation. Surgery Instrumentation, undergraduate program. This undergraduate program is unique in Antioquia. It trains professionals from a surgical perspective with an ideal management of high technology and a constant interaction with the interdisciplinary health team. In 2008, it was granted a high-quality accreditation for 4 years, and 2 cohorts have graduated from the sectional branch in Urabá. Associate's degree program in pre-hospital care. According to Resolution 8163 of December 28, 2007, the National Ministry of Education granted this associate's degree program a qualified registration for a period of 7 years, in partnership with SENA. The program has a presence in the campuses of the university in Urabá and Bajo Cauca, where 60 students have graduated with an associate degree in pre-hospital care. Graduate courses. The 43 graduate programs are distributed in 21 medical, 12 clinical, and 9 surgical specialties, 20 subspecialties equivalent to masters in the national graduate system, 2 specialties, and a master in clinical sciences. With over 372 enrolled students, graduate programs are the framework of clinical research that has been developed in the school. Research. With a well-known track record of research at national and international levels, the school has an Institute for Medical Research, whose objectives are the development, promotion, and academic and technical administrative management of research, consultancy, and training. The School of Medicine has 40 research groups in categories A1, A, B, C, and D, and 13 are registered and recognized by Colciencias. Due to quality, number of groups, and scientific production, it ranks first in the national context. And according to the SIR 2010 Latin American Ranking of Schools of Health Sciences, it ranks at 39 amongst 607 universities in Latin America. Teachers and researchers are acknowledged for their contributions to the development and welfare of society, and many of them have had the opportunity of exchanging experiences and undergoing observerships and studies in prestigious medical centers around the world. Extension. Extension programs are the university's presence in society, seeking to foster and maintain relationships with their scientific, academic, technological, artistic, and literary environment. The School of Medicine, through its academic and administrative departments, has developed outreach programs that benefit the community, gaining national and international prestige in the area of health and bringing pride to the school. Extension activities are carried out in the form of academic practices, continuing education, provision of services, professional consulting, technical management, and cultural activities. Solidarity extension programs are also developed to benefit vulnerable communities, both at the school campus and in different districts of Medellin, where its strengths in different areas of medical and surgery instrumentation practice are implemented. Well-being and culture. Committed to the promotion of culture, cohabitation, and the construction of citizenship, strategies are underway to revitalize and strengthen community participation in arts, culture, and sports. That's why we support initiatives such as the symphonic band, the choir, theater groups, dance groups, vallenato and rock culture, the film club, the short story competition, the Hall of Artists, the Semana de la Lengua, Diálogo de los Saberes, sport tournaments, and the Héctor Abad Gómez Lecture of Citizenship Training. Likewise, the school offers programs of financial support to low-income students, as well as food services and healthcare, scholarships, academic incentives, free internet, and tickets for public transportation. In addition, a student observatory was created for undergraduate and graduate students in order to monitor, characterize, diagnose, and recommend interventions that may affect the academic life of students, and thus decrease dropouts in the higher education system and increase the optimization of the institution's human and physical resources. Innovation. Parque de la Vida. The Parque de la Vida is a unique place created for the implementation of public policies, knowledge production, and for programs and projects to promote health in Medellin, located in front of the School of Medicine. Simulation. Innovative teaching methods for academic development, research, technological incorporation, and the acquisition of skills in the training process of health personnel for proper clinical management and assistance in urgent situations and emergencies. Telemap. Intervention strategy in prevention, education, and healthcare for the benefit of victims of anti-personal mines, MAP, and unexploded ammunitions, MUSE, in Colombia. Mobile classrooms. Learning scenarios for the training of health personnel in the management of patients in pre-hospital settings and emergency services on a local level. Basic and medicalized crew training in patient transportation, and training in technical procedures to overcome obstacles in confined spaces, collapsed structures, heights, ascents, hazardous materials, and water safety. Technical equipment of the historical morphology building. The intervention was primarily made aimed at the recovery of the historical building and the modernization of teaching methods in medicine, with the implementation of modern technology and new techniques in the area of morphology and simulation, as well as in the halls of anatomy and laboratories of surgical and morphological techniques. Also, a two-way conferencing system with high-resolution audio and video was installed between different spaces of the building, with the possibility of communication with alternate campuses of the university. Transplant leaders. The school provides the main academic support for the development of transplants in Medellin through the participation of both teachers and staff. The support to immunological studies carried out by the group of cellular immunology and immunogenetics and pathological studies provided by the Department of Pathology. This has all enabled achievements as important as being the world's first and only institution to do trachea and esophagus transplants, the second to do larynx transplants, the first institution to do a liver transplant in Latin America and Colombia, achieving the first successful kidney transplant, in addition to doing the first bone marrow, heart, lung, intestine, and kidney pancreas transplants. These procedures are routinely practiced in institutions with which the school has agreements, mainly in the San Vicente Fundación University Hospital and the Pablo Tobón Uribe Hospital, allowing professionals in the area to gain experience and technical developments to ensure levels of success similar to the top transplant centers in the world. Renovation of historical and cultural heritage. Understanding the conservation of historical and cultural heritage as an ethical issue regarding public property, the School of Medicine, through the careful work of professionals and artisans, carried out the restoration of antique historic buildings of French architecture, designed and constructed by Agustin Govarts in the 1920s, declared in 1998 by the Ministry of Culture as a national property of cultural interest. These works are part of the school's master plan of physical spaces, and they are aimed to recover and dignify the spaces and provide them with modern educational technology. In the same vein, the School of Medicine has published and printed books by some of their teachers, produced 6 episodes of the series El Maletín de Urgencias, audiovisual project that chronicles medical practices in the city of Medellin between 1674 and 1937. And has recovered and collected more than 2,500 photographs regarding medicine in Antioquia in the digital archive La Facultad de Imágenes. Thus, the School of Medicine promotes the conservation and recovery of cultural and historical heritage, with the laudable goal of keeping the memory of a city in constant growth. Social commitment. As a public institution of higher education, the School of Medicine is committed to social development through the generation, transmission, preservation, and application of health knowledge to solve problems in the region and country. A school that takes on the 21st century with quality and social relevance, a strategy for equity. 140 years promoting quality public education.